This film was released in April 1954, 5 months before another film about somebody swearing they'd seen a murder through an apartment window. Witness to Murder may have been first, but Rear Window, one of Alfred Hitchcock's most famous films, got all the praise and box office receipts that year. There was some speculation that Chester Erskine knew what Hitchcock was up to over on the Paramount lot and hurriedly pushed this production through to beat the master to the punch. He might not top Hitchcock, but at least no one can call him a copycat. Despite its implausibilities and melodramatics, Witness to Murder is perhaps more culturally significant than Rear Window for its trenchant take on how easily women are dismissed by the authorities, especially if they were self-reliant professionals of a certain age living without a man, a problem best cured in a sanitarium. Looking through online reviews of Witness to Murder posted in this century, it's interesting how many people scoffed at the notion of no one believing Cheryl Draper, as though gender bias was a cornball notion left behind in a less enlightened era. A lot of these critics felt that Stanwyck was miscast. Who would doubt badass Barbara Stanwyck was the prevailing sentiment? I'm curious to see what viewers take away from the film today. And of course, you can let us know what you think on the Noir Alley Facebook page and Twitter feed. And to see an updated take on this subject, check out Steven Soderbergh's Unsane from 2018, shot entirely on an iPhone. I wonder what John Alton would make of that. This wasn't the first time British actor George Sanders played a Nazi. After a successful stint as the crime-solving saint Simon Templar in a series of RKO B pictures, Sanders became a go-to actor for haughty Huns in pictures like Manhunt, Confessions of a Nazi Spy, and a personal favorite of mine, Quiet Please, Murder, a 1942 B that takes place almost entirely in a Los Angeles library during a blackout. His character is a rare book forger with a taste for sadomasochism, quite something for 1942. Speaking of rare books, Sanders was the detective hero of a 1944 novel called Crime on My Hands, ghostwritten by Craig Rice, who'd scripted a number of the Falcon movies in which Sanders starred for RKO. The only thing in the book Sanders actually wrote was the dedication to Craig Rice, without whom it wouldn't have been possible. The book was successful enough to rate a sequel in 1946, Stranger at Home, written by Lee Brackett, one of the screenwriters of The Big Sleep. For that dedication, Sanders wrote, "To Lee Brackett, whom I have never met." For the record, both Craig Rice and Lee Brackett were women. Sanders was once quoted as saying, "Acting is like roller skating. Once you know how to do it, it is neither stimulating nor exciting." Being bemused to the point of boredom wasn't just Sanders' on-screen persona, it was his lifestyle. In 1937, he told his pal David Niven that he intended to kill himself when life no longer interested him, which is precisely what he did in 1972, leaving a note that read, "Dear world, I am leaving because I am bored. I feel I have lived enough. I am leaving you with this sweet cesspool. Good luck." Well, I can get pretty bored myself, but I have no intention of checking out just yet, especially with a fresh year of noir ahead of us. Next week, I'll be back with an encore presentation of one of the first films I showed on Noir Alley, Born to Kill, starring Claire Trevor and Lawrence Tierney, one of the nastiest films ever made. Joining me will be Max Allan Collins, the great crime fiction novelist and historian. We'll both have lots to say about it. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again next week.